Just a quick vid. It started snowing here in Nevada City. Bret Weinstein didn't like Christians celebrating the idea that Jesus Christ was the Son of God, because he doesn't think this type of superstitious religious belief has any place in a 21st century society where we're trying to figure out how to govern ourselves at the planetary level, ultimately, right? Because we have problems that require that level of governance, he thinks, a kind of earth governance. Not global government, it's a different thing. I don't think that's what Bret's calling for. But anyways, I just wanted to chime in here because I like that Bret realizes that religion has evolutionary importance for human beings, that in some ways there is, I don't know if he would say this, group selection, like David Sloan Wilson's idea. That seems obvious enough to me. I don't think of culture as a kind of mimetic evolution. I think that idea, that sort of throwaway idea that Dawkins came up with, is just bad philosophy, bad metaphysics. So I don't think of cultural evolution in that way. I've written about how I see religion in the context of evolution, human evolution. But what I want to say in particular about Bret's perspective is it seems that he's taking for granted that natural science has revealed the truth about the universe to us, and that every reasonable person should just come to accept this natural scientific materialism, which would then mean that most of the world's religious traditions are delusional. There's no such thing as miracles. There's no such thing as God, at least not in a trans-cultural sense, right? God would just be a nice symbol that humans came up with to make themselves feel better, right? And maybe Bret would say, well, feeling better counts. It helps us survive, and so, hey, we have religion. But I think materialism is not a coherent ontology, and it's metaphysics, right? Science is a method. Scientific materialism is metaphysics, and I think we can do better, but we have to engage metaphysics in an open and honest way, and not pretend like we're not doing metaphysics. Alfred North Whitehead likes to say, he used to like to say that every scientist has to say that they don't like metaphysics, but what they mean is they don't like when their metaphysics is criticized. So, let's distinguish the scientific method from scientific materialism. I think we need a more coherent, I think we can construct a more coherent ontology and cosmological scheme than materialism. And, I've argued a lot about what that might look like. I think when we talk about miracles and whatever the Christian mystery is, the central event of the Christian religion, right, the incarnation of God. God became a human being and died. That central mystery, yeah, it's a miracle, but miracle in a more open ontological context, when we don't pretend like we know exactly what the universe is. Miracle just means an unexpected event, something which occurs that, given what we thought the world was, shouldn't be possible, but when it does occur, we realize the world isn't what we thought it was. I think something like that is going on in the Christian tradition, which is not to say that the vast majority of Christians, particularly in the United States, but all around the world, they believe that their religion has certain political and economic implications that I think are totally in conflict with Jesus and his teachings. So we can have an argument about what Christianity really is with people who claim to be Christians. I don't go around calling myself a Christian, but I certainly think there's deep spiritual significance in, the symbols and the language and the myths and the historical events that Christianity is orbiting around. So what else do I want to say? I guess that's it. Yeah. Curious to hear what y'all think about that. Thanks for listening.